your Love Empowerment Hour with Sitting with the Suttons. I'm CC.
And I'm Tristen.
And we are so excited to have you here this evening. Happy Wednesday to you. It is going to be a great conversation this evening. Man, T.
It's hump day.
It is hump day, and we are so grateful. Right now, we ask that you like, share, and follow Tristen and CC on Facebook and Instagram. Tonight, you want to pull on all your friends and say, girl, you need to tune in to Sitting with the Suttons, because tonight we are going to keep it 100.
100.
That's all we're going to do tonight, because tonight we're talking about a topic that seems to be taboo in our community, and I'm not quite for sure.
I don't know why people aren't talking about this a little bit more. I mean, it's a very effective utilization, but go ahead and tell me a little bit more.
What we're talking about here is we are talking about dating online. We are now in a digital world, and we've gotten with the program on pretty much everything when it comes to it. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and, you know, we're all over the place. But then when we start talking about dating online, we hear crickets.
Yeah, you know, everybody shrinks up. Nah, I met him at the mall. I met him at the club.
Right. And for the life of us, we can't understand why, because, you know, when we were on the dating scene, which was a few years ago now.
Not too long ago.
It's been a while. It wasn't a big deal. You know, we were on Black Planet and College Club.
I mean, I was trapping on Black Planet.
Yeah.
I had some victories on there.
He did
you
have
being
some
one
victories.
of them.
Ah, thank you. I mean, so it wasn't really a big deal, but I can't figure out, when did it become a big deal?
You know, I think what happens is it's a matter of perception. People assume that if you're dating online, going to eHarmony, etc., maybe you don't look good. Maybe people don't want to talk to you. Nobody trying to holler at you. So I don't really want to be known as the person that goes on there and found somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, tonight we're going to dispel some myths. We're going to get some great strategies, because, as you know, here we're trying to make marriage great again.
Yes,
and what we have to do in order to make marriage great again is we have to start having some real dialogue.
100.
Keeping it 100, sincerely. And that's all we're going to do here tonight. We want to help you on your journey into finding this spouse that you're looking for. But what we have to understand first is, why do we do what we do?
So a lot of people don't like that fact that maybe you have to fill out 400 questions. Maybe you have to spend almost $250. Maybe you have to go through all these profiles to try to find someone, versus being able to go to the club or to church or the Piggly Wiggly to try to find somebody.
But you remember when we were talking about the state of the union of black relationships, how we talked about dating fatigue, and how everybody was so sick and tired of going out and getting all dressed up and buying all these drinks. To me, it's like, okay, well, if you're tired of all of that, well, why not just get in your pajamas and get online?
Make it happen. I mean, it's efficient. Think about it. You know, you got to get dressed. You got to wash your car. You got to go drive to the venue or pick the lady up. You got to pay for the food. You got to pay for the drinks.
You got to do a lot.
You got to do a lot.
We got to hear from you, because, see, our perspective is just one perspective. So if you're tuning in with us on Facebook Live and on KYND Radio, we want to hear from you. Call in, talk to us, tell us what your experience has been. Call us at 832-230-5592. And please do not be shy. I'm telling you, when we posted our questions that we're going to go over here, our little survey questions. Crickets.
Just timid.
And normally y'all are just, y'all have so much to say. I'm just trying to figure out.
Probably just logged off the eHarmony.com.
See, that's what we know. We know there are some of y'all out there who are actively online, and you're actively, and you might be having some success. We want to hear from you, even if you're not being so successful. We have our love strategist on here tonight. Our expert, our online dating expert, Tera Stidum, and she's going to share with us tonight, what could you be doing maybe a little bit differently, what's working. We're here to help you get there to the finish line.
We're going to come up with solutions. We always come up or present you all with something that's going on in the relationship field, single or married, but we also always provide you with a solution.
That's it. We're not just going to ask you questions and then harp on it and then go out to eat. Before we go out to eat, we're going to talk about some solutions. Absolutely. So, again, you're sitting with the Suttons. We are your love and lifestyle enthusiasts, your foodie socialites, and your small business advocates. And tonight, we are talking about dating online the right way.
You know, there's some interesting statistics about online dating. So, did you know that eHarmony and Match.com are the two largest ones?
Okay.
Combined over 30 million. There are 54 million single people in America alone.
Ooh, 54 million.
54. Out of those two websites I mentioned, Match is the most popular site. Now, more than half of the people online lie on their profile.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Here we go.
And here's an interesting statistic we're going to talk about later. 33% of women have sex on the first date with online dating encounters.
Uncle Steve would not approve of this. Steve Harvey, if you're listening in.
Got to give them 90 days.
You got to give them.
Can't let them get to the milk and honey that soon. Let them wander in the wilderness a little bit.
A lot longer than that we prefer, but it sounds like a lot of people are not trying to feel that. So hopefully we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that, aren't we, Tara? Yes.
We're going to preach on it. So I'm excited about this because a lot of my friends are single and saying, man, it's real out there. It's real in the field, and it's hard. And I believe that dating online could be a strategy that can be used to make it an efficient, where everyone involved wins.
Right.
So.
Right. You know, you commonly hear more horror stories about dating online than you do the good stories, unfortunately. And we're thinking that it's really all about a matter of perspective, because honestly, when you're out there in the field in person, you're having horror stories there too. I mean, it's not, you're not jumping out the field on that one. So if you have one, okay.
Some of them on the bench.
Touche.
Some of them are bench
But
players
we encourage you, even if you're out there, don't give up. I mean, you're going to kiss a few toads. I've kissed my share of toads, you know.
Ribbit.
But you have to stay in the game. And so if you're one of those people who have been dating online and to no avail right now, tonight is your lucky night.
Yes.
Because we're going to share some strategies with you that could change up the game a little bit for you. Definitely.
Absolutely.
So we're getting ready to go to commercial break here in a minute, but please stick around and please get your questions ready, because we want to hear from you tonight. Up next, we are going to have the one and only expert, Miss Tera Stidum, join us on the line as she talks to us about what's really going on with dating online and sharing the good news of dating online. Stick around with us. We'll be right back.
And be sure to put your questions on Facebook.
KYND 1520 is a powerful 25,000 watt station that covers 175-mile radius of Houston and surrounding areas, and can be heard and seen anywhere in the world online through the mobile app powered by JStream. It's not just radio, it's interactive radio. KYND is the kind of talk that inspires change. Learn how to get healthy and stay healthy. Be inspired to live your best life. Control your finances. Join the growing number of sponsors that understand the value of connecting to listeners through KYND, the kind of talk that inspires change. Download from Android or Apple device at KYND Radio. KYND is not just talk radio, it's interactive radio. Powered by JStream, the future of broadcasting. Listeners now have multiple ways they connect to the conversation. Using a mobile device or computer, they are able to watch their favorite radio talk shows just like a TV program. They can call in during a broadcast, send instant messages as they listen live, or share a broadcast so all their friends can watch live on Facebook.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND Monday from 9 o'clock until 10. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. A lot of people are talking about what's going on in the White House. I say, focus on what's going on in your house. We're going to teach you how to begin to overcome your fears, how to identify the goals that you want to achieve and make them happen, and how to begin to get negative, toxic people out of your life. You have something special. You have greatness within you. Listen to me Monday from 9 o'clock until 10 on KYND. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
KYND. It's about connection.
It's about community.
It's about empowerment.
It's about you.
The kind of talk that inspires change.
Connect now at kyndradio.com.
Right way. And man, are we so excited to have our lady of the hour here in the studio with us. But before we go any further, we just want to show a little love to our Facebookers who are out here giving us some love tonight. Thank you again for tuning in with Sitting with the Suttons. Hey, Tiffany Janelle. I see Brian Robertson. Who
Candace
else we have on
Washington.
here? Hey, Candace.
Carl King, Motivator Mays, who has a powerful show coming up tomorrow.
My man, you definitely want to be here in the studio for his live studio audience. They're going to be having John Gray and his event.
Let us borrow that guest.
We have DB Lynn. Hey, DB. Tasha Evans. Good evening. It's good to see y'all here.
If you're listening on the
with
radio,
us.
go to Tristen CC or KYND Radio. That way you can interact with us.
Yes. And Shanika, we see here. Orletta, she's always there faithfully. It's good to see you, Orletta. A lot of great dialogue going on right now. I think most people are laughing at Tristan and his sidebar comments. That's what it looks like right about now. But we want to welcome our lady of the hour, Miss Tera Stidum. I'm so excited to have her here because she right now is leading the revolution in our community, okay? I call it the
Braveheart.
revolution because apparently it's something that not too many of us are trying to get on the front lines for, and we haven't quite figured that out right.
We're not publicly saying we're on the front line.
Oh, come on.
We're out
Okay.
there.
We're out there.
We're out there.
But we're not saying nothing about
not
it.
at all.
Well, let me formally introduce this powerful woman to you. If you ask her what her life's passion is, she will tell you she is a motivator, and that she absolutely is. As a two-time Emmy-nominated TV producer, Tera has spent nearly 20 years telling the stories of others and helping bring them to life.
Yeah.
She has worked with notable celebrities such as Dr. Phil, Susie Orman, Judge Alex Ferrer, Judge Lynn Toller, that's Tristan's boo. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, he loved
Hey,
him some
Judge
Lynn
Lynn.
Toller.
if CC ever go astray, Judge.
You better cut it out. And she has also interviewed the one and only Steve Harvey. She's also been featured on TD Jake's show, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that later on in the show here. But after meeting her husband on an online dating site in 2015, her husband is here in the studio here with us, so he can co-sign on whatever she's saying in the background over here. But after meeting him online in 2015, Tera started She Dates Savvy to help women navigate the oftentimes turbulent waters of online dating.
Treacherous.
KYND listeners and viewers, you will have the opportunity to ask some questions of her. Please utilize her, especially if you're travailing through this whole online dating situation. Please
here,
call in 832-230-5592.
Yes, ma'am.
Tera,
Well,
Thank you.
in the lights.
thank you all for having me.
We're really excited to have you again.
This is an exciting topic.
Yeah, and all we're going to do tonight, Tera, don't hold back.
We're going to keep it 100.
Keep it
Keep it
100.
100 all night tonight.
100.
100. That's
The
right. I
whole
was trying to
way.
say it.
No, I'll go
Properly.
100
Criminal
just for that
property.
one.
This is 100. Like a, say it like the emoji. 100.
100. That's 100. I'm going to keep it 100.
Well, Tera, you know, it's been a journey for you, and I'm sure you probably never even saw yourself here when you were a TV producer. I
No.
mean, you had no idea that
Not at
just
all.
doing something that came quite naturally to you would
Talk about
eventually
God
become your
writing a story
calling.
for you that you don't even understand, don't even realize it. Yeah, absolutely.
Take us back to before 2015. Where was Tera? What were you doing? What led you to dating online?
So here's the thing. As a busy professional woman, I have always utilized online dating because it made sense for me. You know, I had a child. I worked crazy long hours. You heard the resume. Trust me, that came with a lot of crazy time spent away from home. And so if you're spending 12, 14, 16, 18 hours at work, the last thing you have time to do is go to a social function. So for me, it just made sense for my life. There was no desperation. So ladies, please don't have anyone make you think that you're desperate or there's something wrong with you because you online date.
So just because you online date, you're not thirsty? That's not something?
Not it. Well,
Okay.
I'm sure there are some thirsty ones out
There
there,
are
but
some.
the majority of the women and men who are online are out there truly looking for love. The goal is to sync up with someone who's looking for the same love that you're looking for at the right time.
The right level. Gotcha.
Yeah, but there is nothing wrong. It was like grocery shopping for me. You go online, you go through the aisles, you search the people, you say, okay, that could work. I could put that in my cart, and then you go from there.
So what were your expectations when you went on there? Were you looking for a husband? If I don't find a husband tonight.
Honey, listen, I am the queen of dates. I love dating. I love dating. So for me, especially when I went online this time, when I ended up meeting my husband, I had just come out of a relationship, And I really just wanted to see who was out there. And that meant dating. And I think sometimes we take it so seriously. We go into it and our mindset is, I got to find my husband. I've got to find my mate. And sometimes it's just, you know what? Let me go on a date. Let me have some cool conversations with some different men and see what I like. Because a lot of times we don't know what we like. Like what you liked in your 20s may not be what you like in your 30s.
That's good. I'm so
you
glad
have
you
to
made
get
that
out
point.
there and date and have that experience.
Well, we all know that women like free food too, so it's also
We do.
win-win
We do.
sometimes.
And
when
what's
y'all
the
do that.
problem?
Well, you got to ask the wallet about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, and my husband talked about that. He says when a man is really trying to do it the right way, you can't be all over the place with this dating. Because if you're trying to court a woman and you're doing it the right way, that does become expensive.
Oh yeah.
That definitely does.
yeah.
Now, what I've heard, though, is that there are a lot of guys out there who are doing coffee dates. Because they realize,
smart.
and I get it.
That's smart.
And some ladies get turned off and like, oh, I need to be on a real date. Here's the thing: it's a volume-based game. So if he's taking 3 or 4 ladies out a week, there's nothing wrong with him taking you to a coffee. Because if he doesn't know if he really is going to like you, a coffee is what it is.
So, guys, the key indicator, if she gets an attitude because you're trying to take her for coffee, you already know right there.
She's not
That's
the
it,
one.
that's
She
it.
was looking for a free dinner.
Let's go.
So let the record show, and we mentioned this on an earlier episode. Our first date was at Payway.
Come on, Payla.
$9.99 orange chicken, $2.49 Mandarin orange tea.
That was a big
And
deal,
10 years
though.
later.
I know you guys were in college. That was actually
Well,
upscale.
we had just graduated,
Yeah.
but I ain't
That
got too
was
many
nice.
paychecks yet, so I just have to make sure,
Well, I had my husband take me to Papa Do's because I was new in town. I was, I wanted my
okay.
Papa Do's dinner. I was like,
got
I gotta get my seafood
Gotta
fix.
get
So that's where we went.
That's what's
That's
up.
so Houston of
And
me,
then,
right?
then he got you a 3-wheel motion. He ain't shit.
And put it in motion.
Top Chef.
Oh, look here.
Well,
Happily
he put a
married.
ring on it first. Thank you. No.
Thank you. And I'm glad you clarified that because we just stated the statistic.
Oh,
How
I
many
know.
women are dropping it like it's hot?
33%.
Ladies, look here.
That's not dating savvy, unless that's what you're looking for. And let's be real honest. There are some women out there who are not wanting to be in serious relationships, who can emotionally manage just having a sexual relationship with a man. And so if that's what you choose, but again, do know if you're thinking that sex is going to be the way to get a ring or to get a long-term relationship, then you are sadly mistaken.
So, Tara, talk to us from the perspective of, when you were on there, I know that you had been on there for some time before you met your husband. You didn't say,
And I would
This
do
hurt
it
me.
off and on.
I'm done.
Off and on. Listen, I have some of the craziest stories. Like I once went out on a date with a guy who I call Mr. Boob Peeper because the whole time we're on the date, he kept looking at my boobs. I did not have a low-cut top on. There was nothing there that should have said, look at my boobs, but he was just all up in them, right? And I'm like, okay. So needless to say, that didn't go anywhere. And then I have this guy that my girlfriend and I dubbed Mr. Pink Suit because in his profile picture, he had a pink suit on, but the guy looked good. He was cute, and I liked his profile. He was fun for a couple of dates. Didn't go anywhere. So I have those stories of, like things that didn't work out. But I think sometimes we go into it and we think it's supposed to happen. I put myself out there. I put myself online, so it's supposed to happen, and it just may not. But you don't have to just give it all up.
That's good.
Right.
Throw it away.
That's
Right.
good. I'm glad you said that because it seems like some of us tiptoe out there and the first sign of obstacle, I don't know how to say
I'm done.
for me.
I'm done. And here's the thing. I hear that from ladies a whole lot. And my thing is this. Well, if you say that didn't work for you and you're out, then I figure you should be out of the game altogether. But they hold online dating to a higher standard than they do regular dating, right?
Right.
So
That's a
when
good
you
point.
meet a guy at work, that doesn't work out, cool. The next dude that's new in your department, what are you doing? You're looking, I wonder if he married. Let me see if he got a ring on. You're trying to get with him, right? Because you
That's
want to
right.
give it another chance.
Yeah.
You met a guy at church. That didn't work out. The deacon fixed you up with him. It still didn't work out.
Come on.
But the next time someone new is in the choir stand singing, you're fine. You're like, girl, who is that?
That's
Oh, I
real.
wonder. Let me go see if I can hold his tambourine. You're trying to get
That's 100.
with him. But
Just
with
running through the
online
keys.
dating,
Yes.
Just
with
running through the
online dating, when it goes wrong, everyone wants to jump off and blame online dating. And, oh, no, it doesn't work. It can work if you work it the right way. That's why I created She Date Savvy.
Okay.
Because I have been out there for a while. I told you guys I'm an OG of online dating. Like, love at AOL. Like, way back in
With the dial-up
day.
disc, the little CD?
Oh, my gosh.
She was in them chat rooms. That's what she was doing.
It was fun. I was in college. Like, that was fun. It was a whole new world. Like,
Yeah.
you could talk to people from across the planet. But again, I've done it long enough, and I created this company because I really want to help ladies do it the right way and let them know that there's nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of.
And to speak on the effectiveness of it, I do my research. The average length of courtship for marriages of people that meet online is 18 months versus 42 months of those in a traditional manner, meaning that if you're out there in the club, meeting them at the singles ministry, on average, you're going to be dating for 42 months. But if you go meet someone online, you're only going to be maybe dating a year and a half before.
That's too bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And you know why I think that is? I believe it's because when you're online, you've pretty much established, hey, I'm here and I'm really looking for something. Now, yes, I know about the players and the pimps and the people. I understand that, but those are really not my audience, so that's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking about the serious-minded people. So when I went online and my husband went online, we both knew we wanted something serious. So we met in February. By May or summer, he was asking me, hey, send me the types of rings that you want. Because we knew we weren't wasting our time. Like, we knew what we wanted, and we were engaged that November on my 40th birthday. And I say that for a reason, because I think there are a lot of ladies out there, and I know I don't look 40.
No, you don't. I didn't know.
Black don't crack with cocoa butter.
But I do that because there are a lot of ladies who are 40 and thinking, oh, I'm not married, so it's never going to happen for me. Even though I had no expectations of it, I want to give you hope that there is absolutely, there are men out there. And when you're 40, it doesn't mean that life is over, honey. Keep living, keep doing you.
That's good.
And you never know what
keep
happens.
renewing that subscription.
Keep renewing your subscription.
If you're just tuning in with Sitting with the Suttons, we're sitting down with Tera Stidum, who is the online dating expert when it comes to just doing it the right way. And we're so glad to have her this evening. Please like, share, and follow Tristen and CC. And we are taking calls at this time. If you're struggling, now is your time to call in and ask questions. We have a lot of great insight that Tera's going to offer here later on in the hour. Our number here is 832-230-5592. Tera, we really appreciate your transparency. It's going to help a lot of people. I know that for sure. Can you talk to us a little bit from your husband's perspective? I know that he went on there. It sounds like his expectations were kind of like yours. Yeah. Hey, whatever happens.
Yeah, like from what I heard, he did not go into it with expectations of meeting his wife. I mean, he was blessed by God that he did.
Come on.
Amen, that God sent him me. But he didn't go into it with that. But here's a man who runs 3 companies, right? He does not have, and he's not even a club guy. Like, I don't even know what would happen if I saw him in a club. Like, that's just not him,
I think
right?
I've seen him on InTheMix.com.
Cut it out. Don't get the man in trouble.
In the mix, that's funny. But that's not his thing. So for him, it just made sense that he did online dating. Right? Like, it just made sense for his life. It made sense for my life. And, I mean, I think there are a lot of professional folks out there. And that's my clientele.
Okay.
I have a lot of professional women, because what happens is you're working and you're not going to the club. And guess what? After 3 or 4 different social events, guess what? You've seen the same people.
Say that.
The same people. So what this does is it gives you an opportunity to get outside of your regular circle of people. And I always encourage ladies, ma'am, please don't look for someone within 5 miles of you, because if you could have met him at the grocery store, you probably would have. You have to make sure that you expand your search boundaries, because there just may be someone out there for you.
That's really, really good. When we come back from commercial break, we're going to talk to Tera, and we're going to hear from, actually, we did a survey. We asked 2 questions, and we had a little bit of feedback. So we're going to see if Tera can help us a little bit with that.
And we got a little client shout out for Miss Tera. Marilyn on the Facebook Live says, I am a client and met my husband online immediately after her 60th birthday with Tera's help. So
my ladies range from 30s to their 60s. Marilyn, well, see, and I never talk about my clients, but she went public, so that's her. Marilyn was one of the first ladies who signed up with me. She lives in Los Angeles, and she's out there dating savvy, y'all.
Marilyn, please call in after this
I hope
break.
she's not dating right now.
No. Call in for us, Tera. We'll be right back. We may hear a testimonial from Marilyn.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND Monday from 9 o'clock until 10. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. A lot of people are talking about what's going on in the White House. I say focus on what's going on in your house. We're going to teach you how to begin to overcome your fears, how to identify the goals that you want to achieve and make them happen, and how to begin to get negative, toxic people out of your life. You have something special. You have greatness within you. Listen to me Monday from 9 o'clock until 10 on KYND. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
KYND. It's about connection.
It's about community.
It's about empowerment.
It's about you.
The kind of talk that inspires change.
Connect now at kyndradio.com.
Yo, what up, world? That's right, Carl Mays, King Motivator, KYND 1520. You better keep it locked. I'm telling you, if you want to stay focused, you want to be great, you want to get what you need, I got you. That's right. Another day, another chance.
Ready to live your best life?
Sugarland, on the air everywhere. Everywhere. The powerful 1520.
Welcome back to Sitting with the Suttons, where we are making marriage great again. And tonight we are talking about a taboo topic here, but I'm so glad that we're talking about it because it is one of those topics that you never really hear about. We're talking about dating online and doing it the right way. And before we went to break, we were talking to Tera Stidum here, who is an online dating expert, about her experience and about her husband's experience. And quite honestly, it sounded like it all worked out just fine because they set the right expectations in motion. Yes. And so what we want to do, we conducted a survey earlier this week, Tristen, and we asked 2 questions.
Yes.
And we got some really good feedback. And I think we'll pull up the first one being Tera's feedback, actually.
We put a questionnaire out there. We always do a sudden survey before each show. And it was a little bit of a drought out there.
Apparently.
A lot of y'all a little timid about this topic.
Everybody's scared about the topic.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared at all.
They're not going to take your cornbread online. So, Tera, could you share your feedback to the question we posed? What's been your experience with online dating?
Well, obviously it worked for me.
Obviously.
It obviously worked for me, but again, I did it for years. I had fun. I met a lot of different people. I went on different dates. There were people that I knew for years. Maybe it didn't end in marriage, but it was not this terrible, terrible thing that people make it out to be. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong?
No desperation. So it worked for me.
Yeah. So you just have to be persistent.
You have to, first of all, know what you want.
That's right.
You have to know what you want, know what you're looking for. Because at every point in our lives, we are not ready for a relationship. There are points in my life when I was not ready. I wanted to go out on dates, but I didn't necessarily want to be.
They like that free food?
I like conversation, honestly. Okay. I like conversation, learning about people. I'm a storyteller. So I enjoy just going on dates. But again, it work because I didn't have these crazy expectations. If I meet a lady, a new client comes to me for coaching and she says, I'm ready to meet my husband. You may not be my client because I'm not Oprah. I'm not going to give you a husband, or you a husband. Shout out to Marilyn because Marilyn prophesied that over my life before I left LA. But Amen. I'm not going to promise you a husband. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way. That's what Tera promises. Okay. Now, if you meet a man in the process,
yes,
praise God,
then that's great. Yes. But like with that client, Marilyn, I taught Marilyn how to do it. I selected her pictures. I wrote her profile. I showed her how to have conversations with these men That's what I do. That's the She Date Savvy effect. That's what I do. So I don't promise you the man, but I promise to put you in a position to know what the heck it is you're doing when you're out there.
Because you've gone through all the mistakes and the woes and trials and tribulations, so you help them circumvent that.
Absolutely. That's what my expertise is.
If I can add this too, Tera is truly a gem. I mean, a diamond in the rough, because ladies, if you're struggling out there, some of us need that advisor to be there for you.
The good girlfriend you've always wished and prayed for. Like, that's literally what it is. And I have good advice. Like, there are some people that you can't listen to because, you know, they jaded and they done been through some things and every man is bad. Yep. That's not my story. Like, the reason I found my husband and the reason I found a good man, not just any man, but a good man, is I always believed that there were good men out there.
That's good. So you had the right mindset about it.
You
the
gotta
mind
get
has
your
to be
head
right first. You're absolutely right. And, you know, maybe you can help our good friend Jamaica here, because she says, I think online dating is cool for everyone else. I just have not gotten over that hump of trying to accept it. I would like to meet someone organically. How's that writing for me? Well, I would have a better answer. How's that working for me? But I would have had a better answer if I went out socially. So she's not going out socially.
You're
she's
an
not
ideal
online.
candidate. You're an ideal candidate, because here's the thing, Jamaica. He's not coming knock at your door. If he does, he's a stalker. You need to run, because you don't know that man, and he shouldn't be showing up there. So online dating is perfect for you. I would love to work with you. I would love to help you get a profile. I would love to tell you, girl, that's game. No, we're not talking to him. And actually, ladies, if you're out there, I want you to go to She Date Savvy and subscribe, because I will send you, I have something that I created, and it's about the 5 men that you will meet online. Because remember, I've been in those online streets. So I know when a player's coming at you. I know when a scam artist is coming at you. I know when, you know, somebody's coming trying to be what I call Mr. King for a queen. I know when Mr. Gas Station is coming your way. Like, literally, I can tell you who these guys are, and that's what it's about. It's about giving you the information and the tips and the tools, so when you get on there, it's not so overwhelming, because you're like, oh, she already warned me about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Guess what? We have a good friend of yours online.
Oh, boy.
We're going to go ahead and hear from Marilyn. Marilyn is one of Tera's clients. So let's go ahead and hear from Marilyn.
This was not
here.
planned. Oh, God.
Hi, Marilyn. You're on with Sitting with the Suttons.
Thank you. I know it isn't planned. I want you to know that I walked out of my hot yoga class just to hear you.
Hey, Marilyn.
Yes, I'm not getting my sweat on right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to ask me?
Marilyn, you know, I want to just hear, we want the people to hear a real live person that Tera has actually helped. And if you can just kind of shed some light, kind of a before and after you got with Tera, like what was your dating experience like online before you got with her?
Well, having been in L.A. for over 40 years, I will tell you it's a lot about the beautiful people, and I'm not the beautiful people. I'm not
Girl, you cute.
So I'm telling you, here's the story. Being in Chicago and Texas and other places, I found it easier for me personally to meet men, because I did more social events. Being here in a place that I didn't really know anyone, I decided, well, I'm tired of looking for the corporate guy. So that's what I want. I'm not a borderline snob, and so I'm used to corporate men. I cannot pretend like that's not what I don't want.
Right.
That's what I want.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And so when Tera started the business, that I saw the outcome, and I knew she was going to get married. I knew she felt it, and I knew it was coming her way. I always knew that. But here's the deal. I put a deadline. I kept saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not be like a lot of other people who just talk themselves into going and doing it, but never do it. So I said, I'm going to give it a deadline date by my birthday. So my birthday was August the 22nd. I said to myself, I'm going to set something up with Tera before my birthday. If it got closer to my birthday, I got more frightened than ever. So then I called her and said, I'm ready. What I was ready for, I don't know what in the hell. I'm not going to lie to you. She wrote my profile for me. She asked me 2 questions because she could say I was dragging my feet. That was part of it, because I wanted her to do everything, right? I didn't even want her to go out and meet him.
Oh, wow.
That's a problem.
Straight delegate.
So because I was really I'm sorry, I went into the bathroom, so don't worry, I'm not using the
Marilyn, how was your experience with She Date Savvy? Because I got to produce Marilyn, y'all, because Marilyn will get to the point, Marilyn, because you know you.
Because I think people really didn't know how frightening it is. I was really scared initially. And so Tara had me to select a bunch of guys. She goes, you're in the driver's seat, get out of the trunk of the car, and you select a bunch of guys. And so I selected about 10 or 15 guys, and I ended up talking to one from Chicago, and my radius was like 5,000 miles.
Yeah,
so,
she was ready for anybody, anywhere. Yeah.
So I one from Chicago, and then we talked on the phone. He wanted just to talk a lot about his life.
But Marilyn, tell him about the guy that you ended up meeting, the guy that you've been courting, and that's been courting you.
Okay, and so then the second guy, I met some guy here. Now the third guy, finally Tara came into town, and she says, Marilyn, you're not doing this correctly, because you need to get, you're waiting for people to come to you. So she sat down and made me pick out 20 people. Maybe pick out 20 people. I was so nervous. The very next day, someone contacted me. I was like, I don't have the response to those 20 people because somebody just contacted me. This guy, though, wanted to text me or wanted to email. Well, I already had one guy who wanted to text me. That seemed like work. I had one guy who wanted to email me for me. That seemed like work. So I said, let me get in the driver's seat.
Marilyn, tell them about the guy you're with. We got 2 minutes. Y'all,
tell Marilyn's story.
Here's the thing. Marilyn met a guy who she's been dating, I want to say 6+ months now. But here's the bigger thing. You pointed on a couple of things that I want to talk about, and that is that she was trying to let online dating happen to her. She put her profile up, and she was letting any old body come her way. So that's not dating savvy. Dating savvy is going in and selecting those men. So one day on a trip to L.A., when I was there, I went to her apartment. I'm like, we're going to look at these men, and we're going to send messages to the men you're interested in. And that's the difference, ladies. So when you say it doesn't work for you, sometimes that's based on the fact that you've been letting it happen to you instead of you being an active participant in the process.
That's good. That's good. Marilyn, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story here. We're getting ready to go on a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hear Tara's top tips on how to make this dating online thing work.
It can work,
for
y'all.
you.
It can work, but you got to work.
That's it. Like, share, follow Tristen and CC on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back.
I heard Marilyn say she was bad and bougie for 5,000 miles.
Listen, Marilyn.
You're listening to Kind Radio Station, KYND, inspiring the kind of change to help you live your best life.
KYND is not just talk radio, it's interactive radio. Powered by JStream, the future of broadcasting. Listeners now have multiple ways they connect to the conversation. Using a mobile device or computer, they are able to watch their favorite radio talk shows just like a TV program. They can call in during a broadcast, send instant messages as they listen live, or share a broadcast so all their friends can watch live on Facebook.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown, and I want to invite you to join me on KYND Monday from 9 o'clock until 10. It's radio that is designed to help you to live your dreams rather than your fears. A lot of people are talking about what's going on in the White House. I say focus on what's going on in your house. We're going to teach you how to begin to overcome your fears, how to identify the goals that you want to achieve and make them happen, and how to begin to get negative, toxic people out of your life. You have something special. You have greatness within you. Listen to me Monday from 9 o'clock until 10 on KYND. You have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
KYND. It's about connection.
It's about community.
It's about empowerment.
It's about you.
The kind of talk that inspires change.
Connect now at KYND Radio.
Kingwood to Katy. On the air everywhere. Everywhere. The powerful 1520.
Hey, welcome back to Sitting with the Suttons, where we are making marriage great again. And we have been having some truly, really good dialogue. Very transparent, very up close and personal. We have been keeping it 100 tonight.
100.
That's, excuse me, 100. I got to get my Ebonics right here. But we're coming back now, and we're going to have Tera share some helpful pointers for this online dating, and then we're going to direct you straight over to Tera's site at She Date Savvy, because a few of you all need to become her client straight up. We have some questions that are going to lead into Tera's advice here, but DB Lynn, you asked a very good question here. I hear the successful stories, but can you address a big concern regarding safety issues involved with online dating? And Tera's going to talk about that here in a minute. And then Barbara Henderson, you had an outstanding question. She said, I think many of us must get over the mindset that we've been taught in church. I agree with that.
So true.
I've always been told to wait and not pursue a man. Online dating, in my mind, goes against those instructions.
It does.
So I created a specific idea about how I should meet men. Well, it ain't working.
It ain't working at all. Okay, so let's talk about it. DB, for you, the first thing I will tell you is this. Get his government name. Okay, get his government name. A man who's interested in truly dating you and is serious about it has no problem with giving you his government name. With that name, you can Google him. With that name, you can also search the Secretary of State in your city to see if this man is married. With that name, you can also pay a subscription-based fee to go on a site and truly be able to find out who he is before you ever engage with him. My husband calls me Inspector Gadget because guess what I did? All of the above. Everything I just said is what I did when it came time to meet my husband. So for you, absolutely, safety is important. When you do go out on dates, make sure that people know where you are. Text someone, text a friend, send me a message and say, hey, Tera, I'm going on a date with this guy. Like, I've literally told clients that. Let me know where you're going. If you don't have anyone else to tell, if you're ashamed of that for whatever reason, let someone know. So government name, and let someone know where you are at all times. Now to you, Miss Barbara. Here's the thing. I love our Christian perspective on it, because a lot of times we're like, I'm Ruth, I'm waiting on my Boaz. But here's the thing. I want you to go back and read that story again, because everybody gets stuck on the part of Ruth was in the field working when Boaz saw her and he saw her. But what you miss is the rest of the story. When she went back to Naomi, Naomi told her, baby, you're going to go back to him and let him know who you are. So when we talk about it's not traditional, but sometimes you got to say hi first. I said hi first. It did not change the trajectory of my relationship. He was still a man. He courted me. He wanted to go out on dates with me. So after I said hi and let him know, hey, I'm here, is when he fell in line and did his thing as a man. So we have to let go of the traditional mindset. Is going to keep you single every time. You could be out there on the greatest websites with the best pictures and all that, but if you're sitting around waiting for any and everybody to come to you, and remember, I want you to go and subscribe, because I'm going to tell you about the 5 men. If you're waiting for those guys to come at you, then you do become disenchanted, because sometimes only one of those guys, the 5 that I'm going to tell you about, only one of those is really the one that you want to be hooked up with. So you have to get over your traditional mindset. So again, government name, get over your traditional mindset. And then the biggest thing is making sure you're on the right site, because a lot of times we go to wrong sites and then we get upset when it's a hookup site and you're like, but they only want sex from me. You're not on the right site.
But there's over 7,500 sites, so how do they know which sites?
I understand that. There are the major ones. I met my husband on Match.com. I don't get a check from them yet. Let's put that in the atmosphere.
Come on, Match.com.
I don't get a check from them yet. But here's the thing. That site has a reputation for people meeting eligible singles, right? We talked about eHarmony a little bit, but there are women out there who cannot even get on eHarmony. eHarmony does this compatibility testing, which means that a lot of times, if what you're looking for, and if you're looking for Jesus, he's not on eHarmony, and eHarmony is going to tell you that, no, sorry, you can't join the site. But you talk about the sites like Black People Meet, and I'm bringing that up because I've heard pretty much 50-50. There are some ladies who have found eligible guys on that site, and then there are some who are like, honey, that's nothing but trash. But when we talk about the Tinder and we talk about the OkCupid and the Plenty of Fish, if a man has no investment, you have to just really wonder what his motives are. That's all I'm going to say.
That's good. Chris White had a really good question. Do you see his? Tristan, do you see his question on here?
Mr. White, what question are you asking?
Hi, Chris. Yes, I see his question. Chris wants to know, what can men do from my perspective to increase their chances of dating online successfully? First of all, Chris, I want you to send me a message, because I would love to work with you, especially if you're online. I would love to send you. No, I really want to look at your profile, because here's what happens. Guys you need to take the hats off. You need to take the shades off. You need to get out of your car. Give somebody $5 and say, take a picture of me standing up tall so the lady can see who I am.
Not the selfie. The selfie not going to work?
The selfie's not going to work. So you really want to present your best foot forward. That's the first thing, right? And beyond that, make sure you fill out your whole profile, because a lot of times guys will say, I'll tell you later, I'll tell you later. No, you need to tell me now so that I will know if I want to talk to you.
That's good.
Make sure when you're having a conversation with the lady, and I know it gets tiresome because you're sending all the messages, that you're not just sending her generic, hey, I'm going to need some conversation with mine.
WYD.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no, oh, God, please don't send me the WYD. Like, I need conversation. Ladies are turned on by that.
Right.
So, hey, I read your profile. So don't just look at the pictures, Chris. You got to read the profile. Read her profile. Find something in that profile that you're attracted to, and then start a conversation with that.
Stimulate her mind.
That's good. We have a caller in, Ryan, and let's hear from Ryan. Ryan, welcome to Sitting with the Suttons. You are now on. What's your question or comment?
Well, hi there. The name's actually Brian Roberson.
Oh, Brian. It's good to have you, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, everybody.
Why are you
I
calling
have
here?
a question for the famous Tera. I call her Aunt Tera.
Hi, Brian. Yes.
Well, howdy. After you get past that initial stage, you're in the relationship, how do you keep on dating savvy once you're in the relationship?
You keep on doing it. You keep on making a point of dating. We have to literally pencil it in where, and we're married, so it doesn't matter. If I have to say, hey, baby, we're going to have a sexy date tonight because we're busy, you have to intentionally date your mate. You got to make time for every single thing that you want. If it's going to work, you would go to work every day.
Yep.
If it was taking the kids to school, you take the kids to school every day. So you literally have to make time for everything you want in life. You know me, so you know how I feel about if you want it, go make it happen. So you got to make a point of it. Put it in the calendar. And make it fun, not like, oh, Lord, we got to go on a date because it's Thursday. You know?
Make it exciting.
You have to make it exciting.
But that goes back to if you really know them and know what they like, you can easily.
And sometimes, and here's the thing: a date is not always going to be you going somewhere. Sometimes a date is us in the bed playing cards, like real talk. It's something very different, but it's me spending time with the man that I love and want to be around. And it's liking your mate, always going back to, what do I like about him?
Yes.
I like Reginald.
Because you started off friends, right?
We started off as friends, but I like him. Like, I like this dude. I turn the corner to go to our house, and I see his truck in the yard, and I'm like, he's home. Like, I like him.
We're about to go play Texas Hold'em.
Brian, thank you so much for your question and calling in with Sitting with the Suttons.
Just keep dating savvy.
So, Tera, give us a few final just pointers here. I can tell the people are now thirsty. Now they want to talk to you.
Now they out there.
Now they want to talk.
They want that Gatorade.
So just the last few pointers here before we head off into Suttons in the City.
I will tell you this. Don't just spend all your time online. And by that, I mean you need to go on dates. If online dating is your method, make sure you are going out. If it's just for coffee, get out there, interact. It's not always going to be behind your screen, so you have to get out there. And if you, for whatever reason, say online dating doesn't work for me, it's not my thing, that's cool. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here for the people who want to do it and want to do it right. So if online dating isn't for you, you have to stop and say, okay, what am I going to do? And if that means you're going to a social event, if it means you're going to go volunteer somewhere, you have to get out there. Go to professional outings. I was at a luncheon recently, and I saw these single guys in the room. I'm like, this is where the ladies need to be. If you're not going online, this is where you need to be.
That's good.
Especially when you say, I'm looking for a professional guy and I want this. So you have to do something. You
Fish
got to
where the
do
fish are.
something. If you want to do the online dating, I'm your girl. I'm here. I want to help you. And I want to help you get it right. That's the biggest thing. It's like, it's not about just doing it. I want to make sure you do it right, because otherwise you're going to have the dating fatigue and you're going to be turned off and you're going to say, oh, it didn't work because you didn't do it the right way.
That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I challenge you to try something new. You know, if you've been doing online dating and you need some advising, call my girl
I do
Tera.
one-on-one coaching. You and me.
I
Just
referred
you
a
and
few
me.
friends actually over to Tera, and they said nothing but very positive things. So you might want to give her a try.
I want to leave y'all on this last statistics for
Oh,
me,
God.
because she said statistics are boring, but I think people need to hear. We've had this great conversation. We've had people call in and say online dating works. 17% of marriages in the last year have been online dating connections.
It works.
Percent of current committed relationships that began online are 20% in America.
It works.
It works.
It works. It absolutely works. It's something to put in your routine of dating. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, diversify your portfolio, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. If you put them all into the club basket,
that's not
the church
that may
basket.
Not be it. Oh God.
Get them out those baskets.
That may not be it. So online dating might work for you.
We so appreciate you, Tera.
I had a ball.
Tera has kept it 100 all night. All the way through. And again, please visit her page. Tell us where we can find you, Tera.
You can find me on Instagram at She Dates Savvy. You can find me on Facebook at She Dates Savvy, as well as you can go to my website, www.shedatesavvy.com, and that's SAVVY.com. Go to the website, subscribe. Like I said, for the ladies who subscribe tonight, I will send you out the information on the 5 guys that you might meet online, and I would love to work with you. If you're interested, hit me up. I might do something special for y'all. Seriously. If you hit me up tonight, I'm feeling.
Uh-oh. You feeling it?
Something.
I'm feeling something.
One night special.
Exactly. One night only. We thank you again.
Absolutely. This was great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. So, going to end the segment with Suttons in the City. If y'all are looking for what's going on around in the city, use the hashtag Suttons in the City. See some of the places we've gone. Where we're going to be going this weekend is Max's Wine Dive.
My favorite spot. Oh, come on, Max.
Man, don't tell my trainer, though. I'm going to have the Nacho Mama's oysters.
Oh, my God.
So that's dating savvy right there. Get your lady some oysters.
Good. Oh, boy.
Y'all Google
CC,
it.
You better watch out, girl.
I mean, I might need to get my own.
Yes, indeed. You're going to get 2 orders. So Nacho Mama oysters, that's what I'm going to be having. Tell them what you're going to be having, CC.
You know what? I cannot go up there without having that fried chicken with some brains. Ain't nothing better than fried chicken with some wine. Nice little glass of wine.
So she bad and bougie with it.
I mean, you got to keep it classy.
Drop top.
Oh, no. T&D's trap music, I'm telling you. So that is definitely one of our favorite
Pretty
spots.
girls like trap music.
That's what I heard.
That's what they say. I mean, low key, we can't let them know all our business, though.
So what's hot in the streets this week? CC, tell them about what's going on June 22nd.
Well, tomorrow, if we don't all float up out of here from this little storm that's brewing in the
Gulf,
Gulf,
when I go home.
We will be at the Alliance of Fashion and Beauty Professionals event. It will be at 1919 Wine and Mixology. We're going to be talking about the power of social media and networking. As you all know, that is our sweet spot. We use social media in a major way and networking to brand our businesses, and we know it can work for you too. So tomorrow we're going to be sharing some very helpful tips on that. If it is rescheduled, please keep following our page, because if we have to reschedule it, we will let you know. We don't want you to drive all the way out there in the rain tomorrow, but that's what we're looking forward to.
Shout out to House of Chargois.
House of Chargois, that and Tremaine.
Sudden Impact Branding will be in the building talking about how to build businesses using your social media platforms and things like that. So let's give a big thank you to the over 10,000 people who viewed our last episode. I mean, we give y'all a round of applause. Thank you for supporting like that. Over 10,000 people viewed that episode. Really honored by that. But me being the branding person I am, if you would like that exposure for your business and your brand, email us at Tristen CC Sutton at gmail.com, or send us an inbox if you want to be a sponsor, so we can get your brand, your business out in front of thousands upon thousands of viewers and then millions of listeners in the Houston and San Antonio area. So sponsor alert. If you want to support us and we help us support you, come on, give us a call or email us.
Excellent. Well, you all know we never like to end the show without our affirmation. We're very big on affirmations, and so we're going to close it out this evening. It's been an incredible evening. Thank you so much again.
Thank you guys for having me.
So everybody, if you're at home, if you're listening, raise your right hand. Kick us off, Tristen.
Today, I will commit to being a better person than I was yesterday.
Today, I will be open and honest with myself.
Today, I will be a better communicator.
Today, I will rid myself of negative views of dating and marriage.
Today, I will do my part in making marriage great again.
We want to thank you guys so much for sitting with the Suttons. It's been a great evening. Tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. We got some more great things to talk about, making marriage great again. Like, share, follow Tristen and CC.
Y'all have a blessed one.
The views and opinions expressed on KYND 1520 talk programs are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its owners, management, other hosts, or advertisers. Show topics on this station may include conversations on any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practices. KYND, a Synergy Broadcasting Company.
It's our birthday, and we thank our listeners, fans, and affiliated broadcast stations for a remarkable first year. You've shown us that you truly enjoy talk that inspires change, music that revives memories, and radio with a vision. And we enjoy bringing you more of it. We're rolling with